the world does not leave heaven without returning, having had its effect. Words have an effect between God and man, and between man and man. When we open a good book, we are in contact with brains, with souls who have gone before us and are still able to speak long after their death. Souls perhaps that have been very close to God, so quietly ruminating their pages, were in their presence, as it were, again, and in the presence of the one that they are in contact with. They are good company. Compare that with the bad company that a person who passively goes into a screen without selecting might expose himself to. Every time we expose ourselves to an ungraced soul, we are conditioned indirectly. So we need to be in the company of those who are in his company. We can't be relaxed with others. It's true also on a daily basis in our encounters. We're ill at ease with those who are not at peace with their king. And these souls are often full of words, too many words, and conditioned also by incomplete truth, repeated ad infinitum, the official norms, brainwashing. How many now think for themselves? But the part of the book potentially has never changed. In the desert, there were very few books, and so the memory became very important. And they had the living books of the fathers. Father, give me a word. Tendentially, the more we speak, the less we are heard. So we need to select and filter our words, sharpen them and aim them well, and let them have their effect without covering them up with other useless words that diminish their force. The preacher has power, but he has to be aware that to have fullness of power, he has to get through to the will via the mind, and the mind via the imagination. And so there's a big difference between simply presenting truths, which are true, but in a way which does not get fixed in the mind and have an effect on the will, and doing the same in a way which is energized and captivates without letting the soul that might be trying to listen go into divagation and mind distracting thoughts which are more interesting than one is hearing from the pulpit. It is important to be like the Lord in this. He knew how to get total attention, and he did not read from a script. We know how the person who is trying to get a truth across is his own worst enemy in one specific area. He doesn't know when he's lost them, and he doesn't know when he's reached the finishing line and is still carrying on. People who have landing problems are their own worst enemy. A little said well is the word maximally energized. For ourselves in our encounters with the Lord, it is important that we have those gratuitous moments of emptiness and reception with the Word in our hand or before us and exposed to the Logos through the Word. Lectio Divina, a word which warms the soul and is prayed for, and which is then enough for the day. It's not word after word which can never stop, but the word that warms and puts on fire. Sometimes those words can change a life. We need to be people of the Word. And when we are handling each other, we need to wait for a word before we open our mouth, so that our word genuinely meets a need. But the need cannot be met unless it's heard. So we need to be good receivers of the word as well, indeed in the first place. Lord, teach me to listen to you and to man, to you in your presence in all its forms, and to man in all his need, in all his forms. Teach me, Lord, to consecrate my tongue and to be a power of transmission for you on earth. But you do the work. Speak, Lord, your servant is listening. Santo Dio, Santo Forte, Santo Immortale, abbi pietà di noi e del mondo intero. Holy God, Holy Mighty, Holy Immortal, have mercy on us and on the whole world. Agios o Deus, agios iskeros, agios etanatos, eleis animas.